All right, what's going on, man? Major news just broke. Chip Kelly is on his way back to the NFL. If you guys don't know, obviously he's had a great team over the course of his career. Has coached at Oregon, UCLA. All right, obviously went to Ohio State. He's coaching the NFL with the Eagles. Several of his former players have had gripes about that, about just his mechanisms and how he goes about things and stuff like that. One thing you can say though, whatever he does in college, he always has a very successful team, right? When you look at Oregon and that prolific offense with Marcus Mariota back in the day and how many points they were able to put up with Jordan James, everybody else like that. And then you go look at Ohio State this year, right? Way better offensively this year, even with Will Howard coming in as a Kansas State transfer. They looked good. Now, some of y'all say, oh, well, they had generational talent in, Jeremiah Smith. Yeah, but remember what they had last year or the year before. They had generational talent in Marvin Harrison Jr. It didn't even make the playoff. Again, I know that was only 4 teams compared to 12 this past year, but still, that offense wasn't humming as good as it was humming this year. A lot of it has to do with the talent they brought in. Travion Henderson, obviously, of course, Quishon Judkins. But one thing is certain, he always does a really good job of bringing in talent, and always coaching at a high-end level. Now, the NFL stop is very interesting, right? Goes back out west again, going to coach the Raiders, right? So how will the Raiders reconstruct their offense, right? Got to think they're probably going to try to go get a quarterback. Who that will be remains to be seen, right? But Al Davis obviously not playing no games. They recently made a hire, right? They recently made the hire of Pete Carroll, obviously with a lot of experience. Obviously had successful, tenures in his career, took a little hiatus, but you see him with Seattle. I know everybody comes from for that decision in the game. I don't disagree with y'all. Y'all 100% right. But we've seen Pete Carroll have a lot of success over the course of his career, his USC days in the NFL, and now he's going to try to reconstruct that Raider brand that we've all known for a long time in the NFL. When the Raiders are good, usually the NFL is pretty good. So I think he did right getting one of these type of coordinators that can come in and reconstruct. And like I said, I think they're going to be very aggressive early in the draft in April and trying to get a quarterback that they could just build their team around, with success and a guy that is proven, and they might. I wouldn't even be surprised if you see the Raiders trade up. The Raiders could easily trade up and try to get a specific player that they're looking for, but they got to get. And there's only a couple generational talents, but they got to get a guy at that spot that could come in and contribute early. You got some pieces there, right? No Devontae Adams, no more obviously traded away, but you got Brock Bowers, right? You got a piece to potentially build around, right? But it can't be, a McConnell. It can't be that at quarterback. You got to fix that position. So unless you get in the game-changer player on defense, something like that, I think you got to go quarterback, man. But it's going to be interesting to see how early success can Chip Kelly have with the Raiders and turn around that group. We see what he did with Ohio State and that phenomenal program, helping lead them to a national championship. How much success can he have in the NFL again? It's going to be interesting to see. But like I said, usually wherever he goes, he does have some success, man. So you got to give him, obviously, his credit on that, of what he's able to do, man. But that's the breaking news. That's my thoughts. That's my reaction. Chip Kelly no longer at Ohio State. He's now in the NFL. And comment below, who should the Buckeyes hire as their new offensive coordinator as they try to kind of just replicate their success from last year? Obviously, be a different team. I'm hearing, rumblings that Julian Sands is going to probably be the starter. But who will be the next guy in charge for them moving forward? Who should be that offensive coordinator that can help this team to stay at the level they was at?